Recording. It is.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on November the 19th. It's 9:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Candy, call roll.
Magistrate Mitchell?
Yes.
Magistrate Lobster?
Yes.
Magistrate Lasso? Magistrate Rayo?
Yes.
Judge Sutton?
Yes. Thank you. And now at this time, I would like to have from the Family Worship Center, Frank Brown come up and lead us in our invocation.
Heavenly Father, we gather before you this morning and are reminded by your word in Romans chapter 13. For all authority comes from God, and those in positions of authority have been placed there by God. Therefore, I ask that you give our community leaders the wisdom they need to make the right decisions that are pleasing to you. And in return, Father, I ask that you bless and honor them, and for their faithfulness and trust as you give them divine guidance and direction. Lord, I pray that you bless them with the strength to continue to serve tirelessly in our community, regardless of party affiliation, as they work together to make decisions that are pleasing to you, God. May your mighty hand of protection be upon them, their families, and the people whom you have ordained them to serve. I pray for our states and nations' leaders, that they will have the self-discipline and maturity to set aside their political differences to selflessly serve the people by seeking your guidance, to help them work together across the aisle to make mutual agreements that will honor you. Lord, may your hand of protection be upon our local public safety officials, law enforcement officials. May you keep them safe and protected in their line of duty as they work bravely with integrity to help protect our community. May you continue to bless our law enforcement leaders with the finances and resources they need to help bring down those who negatively impact our community in any way. I also pray for our Bullitt County public school system, that you give our board leaders and teachers the knowledge, resources, and skill sets they need to help lead our school system as one of the top school districts in the state of Kentucky. Lord, may you bless the businesses in our county. I pray they will continue to grow successfully so that there will be more employment opportunities for our people. May our people and county prosper well through these businesses so that our county will become one of the best places in our nation to start a business that will grow rapidly. Lord Jesus, I thank you for our great country, the freedom of our democracy, and those who have sacrificed so much for allowing us the opportunity to live in the freedom safely and protected from our nation's enemies. We ask that you hear our prayers this morning. In your mighty name, Lord Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Frank, please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor Brown. And at this time, because we do have an anxious new member of the Fiscal Police Department, if I would like to move them up on the agenda. There we go. Bringing another new member of our police force here in Bullitt County. This is another drug dog that we have in Bullitt County available here in Shepherdsville. And Officer Coleman, if you'd like to talk about it for just a minute, please, sir.
Absolutely. Good morning. Good morning. This is Dash. He's a dual-purpose Belgian Malinois, which means he's trained for narcotics and apprehension work or tracking. He's 3 years old. We've been together about a year and a half now on patrol. We work night shift, so we're out on patrol. We're one of four canines available for Shepherdsville. So we have one on every shift. So we have 2 on days and 2 on nights. All of our dogs are dual purpose, which means they're all available for narcotics or tracking and apprehension. But like I said, we're used quite a bit, and we're a great asset for the police department.
And you're a great asset to the community. We sure appreciate you all coming in a timely fashion. And does anyone have any questions for him? Because I can tell he's thirsty and Go ahead, Bob.
Judge, I just want to point out, not only does Shepherdsville and their canine units work in the city of Shepherdsville, I have had the pleasure of having the opportunity to work with them out in the county when we call for them I remember one time we had a burglary and had people outside, and instead of having to take and send officers inside the house to search, Shepherdsville showed up several miles out in the county for us, and they utilized their canine dog. We got a window open, and the dog went in and cleared that house, which puts our human officers at in a whole lot safer position. So thank you all, thank Shepherdsville very much, and the partnership you all have shown with the county is tremendous, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate it.
Absolutely, we do appreciate it. Thank you, my neighbor, for coming today.
Let me echo that too, and everything. I appreciate what y'all do, and I appreciate y'all being able to get out in the rest of the county and everything. It is a big asset and everything, so really, not just on behalf of myself, but I know the rest of the court do too. We really thank and appreciate what y'all do, really do.
Does he stay with you at your home?
That is correct, yes.
So you're, anybody else can handle him?
No, just
you? Okay. Awesome. Thanks so much for it. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you all so much.
thank you for your patience.
All right. Ken Ann, the treasurer's transfer report.
Sir, I do not have any transfer report today.
Okay, thank you. Presentation of all bills.
Take a motion, pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion by First District Magistrate Mitchell, a second by Second District Magistrate Logston to pay all bills. Candy, call the roll.
Magistrate Lawson.
Yes.
Magistrate Rachel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes,
Magistrate Mitchell.
Yes.
thank you. Treasurer's report, Ken Ann.
I have a monthly revenue journal and appropriation position report, a funds received report, and a financial statement through October the 31st, 2019 for your approval.
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report. Second.
Got a motion by Fourth District Magistrate Rahal, a second by Second District Magistrate Logston to approve the treasurer's report. Candy, call the roll.
Magistrate Rachel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes,
Magistrate Mitchell.
Yes.
Magistrate Lawson.
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you,
You're welcome. Thanks, Ken Ann. Approval of minutes from the November 5, 2019 meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes dated November the 5th, 2019.
Second.
Got a motion by Second District Magistrate Second District Magistrate Logston. Sorry, Sean. Second by Fourth District Magistrate Rahal to approve the minutes for November 5th, 2019. Candy, call the roll.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Magistrate Mitchell.
Yes.
Magistrate Lawson.
Yes.
Magistrate Rachel.
Yes.
Okay, and at this time, we have some added presentations by Sheriff Scholler for Officer of the Month, Terry Somerville for June, Geneva Melissa Casey and Mary Allen for July. At this time, gentlemen, if you all would join us.
Gentlemen, if you would join me out front, and Deputy Somerville, if you step up here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Deputy Somerville. Terry Somerville, he's been with the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office for a bit over 3 years now. Came to us originally, he worked as a certified court security officer and then went to the academy about 3 years ago, if I recall correctly. Terry's very dedicated to our community, he's dedicated to the Sheriff's Office and does an outstanding job both out on the street, and he shows his compassion and so forth for our citizens of our community as well. As I came in, I intend and want to get started in what we refer to as the Angel Initiative, which is to show compassion and to try to help drug addicts get off drugs. Terry had the opportunity, unfortunately, but the opportunity to be there, fortunately, for somebody that was suspected to have overdosed. When Terry arrived on the scene, the person had no heart rate, they had stopped breathing and so forth. Terry administered naloxone and started chest compressions and so forth, and then EMS came and they were able to bring that person back to life, and that was in the month of May, but when we got the word on it, Terry's been awarded Deputy of the Month for the month of June 2019, and I just want to thank him very, very much for all the work he does for everybody. And Geneva, Mary, Melissa, and Casey, if you all would step up here, please. As they come forward, ladies and gentlemen. As some of you may know, and some of you may not, in June of 2019, our longstanding office manager, Myrtle French, she retired. She had been with the county sheriff's office since 1998, and when she left, it left a huge and tremendous hole in our organization with regard to our ability to, she had been holding everything together and running that front office. These ladies are they are the heart of the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office, because they are the folks that, for instance, we just went through, we're on par to collect over $81 million in taxes this year, and they collected over 88% of those taxes in the month of October. They are the people that get that done. It was tough times in June, July this year with Myrtle having been gone, and these ladies pulled everything together and held everything together, and for that reason they have been awarded the Employee of the Month award for the month of July 2019. Casey Aldrich, Melissa Hines, Geneva Payton, and Mary Allen, thank you all very, very much, and we all own a great day.
Under new business, the second reading of zoning ordinance 2019Z-32, Burnham IW Foundation Incorporated.
The second reading and be here for a vote. Commonwealth of Kentucky County Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 19-22. An ordinance relating to the change of zoning of property from agricultural non-conforming to B1 highway business. The property in question is 1.59 acres more or less, located on Claremont Road, Highway 245, in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County is considered the evidence of public hearing of the Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission. Whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Planning Commission for said zoning change, and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter, set out in said minutes. Now therefore be ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Kentucky, Section 1, the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in document number 2019-D-32, is hereby changed from agricultural non-conforming to B1 highway business. Section 2, this ordinance takes effect upon passage of publication. Section 3, should any section provision of prior ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be effective and shall remain in full force and effect. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 5th day of November 2019. Given second reading and vote upon at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 19th day of November 2019.
Okay. We need a motion I'll make the motion for the second reading of zoning ordinance 2019Z-32 for Burnham.
Second.
Got a second by 4th District Magistrate Rayhill. Candy, call the roll.
Magistrate Mitchell?
Yes.
Magistrate Lawson?
Yes.
Magistrate Rayhill?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes. Actions requested on the higher EMS personnel. Carla?
Good morning.
Good morning, Carla.
Everyone should have received a copy of our request. We're requesting to hire 2 full-time paramedics and 1 part-time paramedic. If approved, they'll be eligible to start on November 20th.
Okay. Yeah, I'm putting in the form of a motion to hire Laura Hochter Renninger, is that right? For a full-time paramedic, Chris Seelig is a full-time paramedic, and then Clorinda Scheffler is a part-time paramedic.
Yes.
Second motion.
Got a second by First District Magistrate Mitchell. Can you call the roll?
Magistrate Lawson,
Yes.
Magistrate Rayhill,
Yes.
Judge Summers,
Yes.
Magistrate Mitchell.
Yes.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Actions requested on an interlocal agreement by and between Bullitt County Fiscal Court and the City of Pioneer Village for the purpose of acquiring salt and ice treatment materials. Guys, to help you a little bit, they pay us back for what they do procure or use during the season.
Make a motion to get a local agreement with Pioneer Village. Second.
Got a motion by 4th District Magistrate Rayhill, a second by 2nd District Magistrate Logsdon to approve the interlocal agreement between Bullitt County Fiscal Court and the City of Pioneer Village for the purpose of acquiring salt and ice treatment materials. Can you call the roll?
Magistrate Lawson,
Yes.
Magistrate Rayhill,
Yes.
Judge Summers,
Yes.
Magistrate Mitchell.
Yes.
Thank you. Action is requested to promote Angie Finn from Administrative Assistant to Planner 1 with the salary increase from $14.50 per hour to $40,000 a year annually. I will make that motion.
Second motion.
Got a second by 1st District Magistrate Mitchell. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Candy, call the roll.
Magistrate Rayhill,
Yes.
Judge Summers,
Yes.
Magistrate Mitchell,
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Magistrate Lawson.
Yes.
It would be the, let's start date, Felicia, for her.
Sorry, the next payroll.
Okay. And that would be Monday.
No.
That would be Friday.
Thursday. Yeah, we get paid on Friday, so. Okay. All right.
21st.
21st, Joe. Okay, the second one is action requested to hire Rhonda Walls as our human resource specialist at an annual salary of $65,000. I will make that motion.
Second.
Got a second by 4th District Magistrate Rayhill. Any other comments, questions?
Yes, I'd like to say this is something been well needed for a long, long time. And I do appreciate her coming on board.
Good start, Dave.
And the start date will be Friday as well,
Thursday.
or Thursday then.
Payroll.
Yes, there you go.
I have another question, sir.
Okay,
Where is this coming from?
yeah, it's coming from out of my budget, out of the,
Judge Executive line?
yes,
Contracted service.
contracted services. And to help you with Rhonda a little bit, she's a 25-year veteran. She's an accomplished senior executive. She's a sergeant major. She's a results team leader, proven operations expert, strategic leader. She's a graduate of Southern Illinois University. Areas of expertise, communications, legal compliance, which we do need, process improvement, human resources, organizational leadership, staff development, interagency coordination, policy and procedures, and strategic businesses. And she had top secret clearance with the military. She's a veteran of the United States Air Force.
And she slept 2 hours a day.
Right, there you go. Candy, call the roll.
Magistrate Rayhill,
Yes.
Judge Summers,
Yes,
Magistrate Mitchell,
Yes.
Magistrate Lawson.
Yes.
and welcome, Rhonda, to
Thank
the,
you so much.
for your service on now on both ends. Action is requested on Resolution 19-16 for Homeland Security, the grant application that we need to move forward with our grants for Homeland Security.
Just made a motion, I'll give you a motion.
Okay.
Second.
Got a motion by First District Magistrate Mitchell, a second by Second District Magistrate Logsdon. Candy, call the roll.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Magistrate Mitchell?
Yes.
Magistrate Lawson?
Yes.
Magistrate Rayfield?
Yes.
I'm requesting action to reappoint Dr. Casey Lewis to the Bullitt County Board of Health, term to expire 12/31/21.
Second.
Got a second by Fourth District Magistrate Rayhill. Candy, call the roll.
Yes.
Magistrate Lawson?
Yes.
Magistrate Rayfield?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes. Need action is requested on maintenance service agreement, contract with Jody's Business Machines. This is for the Treasurer's Office.
Make a motion to contract with Jody's Business Machine.
$420.
Second.
Okay, got a motion by Fourth District Magistrate Rayhill, a second by Second District Magistrate Logsdon. Candy, call the roll.
Magistrate Lawson?
Yes.
Magistrate Rayfield?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Magistrate Mitchell?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, James.
You're welcome. And actions requested on fiscal court meeting dates for 2020. I think the one on election day needs to be moved for the presidential election. If we can move it from Wednesday to Monday, if you all agree with that.
What's fun?
The November 4th one?
Yes.
So this has to be moved to Wednesday, day after the second one's up for.
Magistrate Logsdon, yes.
Second of November.
Yes.
Okay, what about the one on December, just the one on December?
Yeah, this one on December for now.
Is that not gonna hurt us on bills or anything like that? Okay. I don't have a problem with it. Get a reason.
Are we making a motion just for moving that meeting now for the entire?
With that change to the list,
Yeah. The only thing I thought a little bit about it, I'm okay with moving those dates, but I thought a little bit about on this, on moving the night meetings. Is that part of this?
Yes.
I would still like to kind of see keeping the night meetings. I've reached out to some different people, and I've had people express a concern to me. I think we're only at about 4 night meetings a year, but I think it's important for the community still to have an ability to come. And I was originally in favor of just moving to the day, but the more I've thought about it, the more I've heard feedback from different people, I think it's good to at least have one meeting every 3 months to allow people in the community to come forward. So I'd be in favor of everything else moving it, but at this point, I'm not in favor of eliminating the night meetings entirely. So I don't know if we can make 2 more, can we separate that or?
I think one of the things we can do is if the judge be agreeable to it, if you want to call special meetings or something other, if you want to do that, that would work and not interfere with what we're doing over here. I know we have a lot of people that come out during the daytime and everything business-wise, but if he felt like that we need a special meeting at night and everything, I would be supportive of it, but let him make that call if you would. That'd be all right with him. That'd be all right with you, Jerry?
Yeah, that would be fine, but also we've spent all this money on communication equipment that's going to be accessible to not only YouTube, but Facebook Live, and also we're working with Spectrum to roll this around like 24 hours a day too as well.
Right. Okay. I'll make a motion to follow the schedule that you've got worked out here, a meeting time. Get that form of motion.
Second.
Got a motion by First District Magistrate Mitchell, a second by Fourth District Magistrate Rayhill. Any other discussion, Sean? We'll do special meetings if we need to. But with all, to help you a little bit with this, with all of what we have done with the courtroom, we've made it accessible for the public all the way around. Any call the roll?
Magistrate Rayfield?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Magistrate Mitchell?
Yes.
Magistrate Lawson?
No.
We also have Jim Bosman with an addendum for an updated code enforcement fee schedule. To present to the magistrates.
trust that you received a copy of the proposed changes in your packet. Basically, what I would want to draw your attention to is that primarily this is to adjust our residential fee schedule, which has not changed in approximately 10 years for 1 and 2 family dwellings. And there's some minor tweaks on the commercial side to match up our fees to the Department of Housing in Frankfurt and a couple of areas, which traditionally the county fee schedule for commercial has mirrored the state fee schedule. And earlier this year, the state made a couple of changes, so I'm proposing to mirror those changes in our fee schedule as well. Just so for your information and consideration, back about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I did some research. I checked with the cities of Radcliffe and Elizabethtown, Hardin County, Oldham County, Jefferson County, Nelson County, and Meade County to check to see what their fees were for 1 and 2 family building permits and electrical permits. And basically all of the counties surrounding and other cities, all the jurisdictions surrounding Bullitt County, our fees were lower than all of them and basically equal to Spencer County. And the proposed changes that we've put in for the electric and building and well, a few other types of permits that fall as either a type of building permit or a type of electrical permit. They basically bring us equal to or less than all of our surrounding jurisdictions, with the exception of Spencer County, which would be slightly lower than the proposed rates that you see in your packet. It's been about 10 years since residential fees have changed.
Okay. And this is for y'all's consideration. We also have a request from planning and zoning, and to give you all time to digest all this. And I'd like to do something with it at the next meeting. You have a discussion?
Is there any questions?
Yeah, and to enhance and to drill down a little bit deeper with what we've asked of Jim and Felicia both, is to make sure, because they are fee-based, to make sure that their areas are covered by their fees for all their expenses and personnel and operations.
Thanks for taking the time to look at this, because I know we looked at that EMS fees, and we do need to get mine in a lot of the counties, so I appreciate your time.
The planning commission this last Thursday made a favorable recommendation to send it to fiscal court for December. So they looked over it, they've gone through all the fees and made that recommendation.
And just for your consideration, what we're asking for on a single family home is the total of a $95 increase, which on a $100,000 home is 0.0009% increase. So we're not talking about a lot of fees, but as that is spread out over multiple permits, no individual, the total fees are going up $95 per home to, I think, $465 for an electrical permit, a building permit, and an HVAC permit for a new home. And they are currently $360. Or excuse me, 387.
Jim, you got an idea about what this projection, what this will be over the period of year, what you've done in the past year?
I have not run those projections. Felicia, off the top of your head, do you know how many single family we're doing per year? I'm thinking that's in the ballpark of maybe 300 homes a year.
I think so.
Okay, so 300 times $95.
Okay. Can you get all that together and everything for us to get this, and we can make a decision on it?
Okay, what I can do is I can look at basically the last 24 months, last two 12-month periods,
Okay.
and gather that information, and then we can project based upon that.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks.
Thank you, Jim. Okay. Finance. Mr. Pointer? Gail? Yes, sir.
My name is Gail Pointer. You have the address. My wife is supposed to be with me today, but she's in St. Paul Hospital. She couldn't come. Kentucky State Law 224.30-050. Noise emission prohibitions. No person shall emit beyond the boundaries of his property or from any moving vehicle any noise that unreasonably interferes with the enjoyment of life. Bang, bang, rumble, rumble. This is what we hear 24/7. And I'd like to emphasize 24/7. A constant parade of dump trucks loaded with concrete and asphalt blocks dump their loads from Jefferson County streets. I have followed them to 4223 Brooks Hill Road, filling up the holler next to our street. My 84-year-old wife, Mary, lays in bed crying at night. My neighbors on River Lane have called repeatedly to Bullitt County officials, only to be ignored or to be told the material being dumped is illegal. I have written to Walt Scholler, Jerry Schummers, and Dan Stein. None have had the courtesy to answer my calls. Does Jefferson County or a private company paying Bullitt County to accept this trash? Or is it like the people I just mentioned, taking the attitude, it's not in my backyard? It's not in my backyard. Shame on you. Shame on all of you for not giving us an answer. That's my story.
Let me say, well, I talked to the lady, I can't remember her name and everything. A situation like this would cover this under the nuisance ordinance. Now, in early 1990, we created a nuisance ordinance. I think also we probably will remember that. Where this noise and things that is beating on other people and everything, the nuisance ordinance would cover that. Now, I don't know where we go through that. I have to ask Paul and everything. John Booker and everything to maybe elaborate on that. But we do have a nuisance ordinance in this county that will address that situation. But I talked to the lady and everything about that. Can't remember her name, I've got her home and everything, but and I told her about this. And I didn't hear anything back, but she thanked me for listening to her, and I thought her a pretty good law. That's, I did respond to the lady.
Mr. Pointer, you sent me a thank you note for chatting with you, so I really want to be clear on that. And I've had discussions with Sheriff Scholler. When I received the thank you note, we thought the problem was fixed, because in your note it says the last couple of nights have been great. Sheriff Scholler has reached out to the Department of Weight and Measures to be able to see what can be done about the vehicles coming up there late at night. So you're not alone in this. Sometimes it just doesn't get done as fast as we would like for it to get done.
If I may,
Sheriff, go ahead. Yes.
I did receive a letter from you, Mr. Pointer. You guys didn't ask me to call you. The letter asked me to look into it. I did exactly what that letter asked. I personally drove out to Wicker Lane. I personally drove out to where this field is being placed on Brooks Hill Road. I saw where it is. I have personally reached out to the commercial vehicle enforcement folks. My office has spoken with a Sergeant Cook with vehicle enforcement. I placed 2 telephone calls to Captain Joey Kahn with the commercial vehicle enforcement. So it's not, the courtesy that I have extended to you is that I have personally looked into it. I was advised by the judge that you had responded back to him that you got some relief. So I'm surprised here this morning that you feel that I have been so discourteous to you, but I assure you that I have looked into it. Now, here's what they tell me from the commercial vehicle enforcement folks. A vehicle can travel, a heavy vehicle can travel within 15 miles of an interstate highway. That's according to state law. I'm trying to find a way to do something to try to alleviate the noise issues that you all have. Mr. Mitchell is correct, we did pass, I was involved in it in the drafting of the nuisance ordinance many years ago, but that would be something that you would need to deal with, have a conversation with the folks in Mr. Bullitt's office as to how you can work to make a complaint about that. Now, with regard to what the CVE is going to do, they have, Sergeant Cook has advised that as they get the ability to have manpower here, they will be looking to enforce the state laws with regard to over width, over this or that, and be trying to check on some of those trucks to see that they are in line with what the state law is. I do not have the ability, we do not have, the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office does not have portable scales. We don't have the ability to weigh these trucks to see whether they are or not in violation of the state law. It's my understanding that according to state law, the material that is being placed at that site is not of an illegal nature. But with regard to the noise and whatever it may be after dark or after night, you can look into that. But I assure you, sir, that I have taken steps personally, as well as through the people that I have working for me, to go out there and see what we can do. But we are constrained by both the Constitution and the statutes of the Commonwealth of Kentucky to not just be able to go and just, stop people because it's bothersome to folks. The legislature, you can, and again, whether it be Dan Syme, Russell Weber, Tom Huff, you can see about getting them to pass some state laws that would affect that. But I assure you, we are taking steps to try to provide some relief to you and your family.
Well, what about the state law that I just read, that is against the state law? For the notice.
Let me see. That is, okay. No person shall emit beyond the boundaries of his property or from any moving vehicle any noise that unreasonably interferes with the enjoyment of life or with any lawful business or activity in contravention of any rule or regulation adopted by the cabinet. Now, I don't know what the cabinet's rules and regulations are, but when somebody is engaged in a business, the noise that goes along with it, in order for you to be successful at imposing a prohibition based upon that law, you're going to have to be able to convince a judge and or a jury that that noise is in fact unreasonable. I don't know that it's unreasonable or that it's not. In order to take and be in the business of taking that field, dumping, there are no dump trucks that I know of that don't make some noise.
One of the things I wanted to add to it, and everything, some other research and everything I've seen about everything, that was that one of our neighboring counties and everything was having this similar problem, and they restricted them just to the daytime hours, that they could not do any operations after dark, where people need to sleep and everything like that, so they did restrict them to just the daytime hours. One of the neighboring counties.
And that may well be something, well, I don't need to be getting into the county attorney's role, but that may be something you all want to consider, that would be
And I would be agreeable to do that and everything, and maybe get the John and everything, and court here and everything, and see if we can work. It would help your situation a whole lot if they just operate during the daytime hours.
Are they operating during the daytime and nighttime, full 24/7? You said your letter is 24/7, so I assume they're doing it around the clock.
Exactly.
And that's what's really the hard part and everything is they're disturbing these people when they need to rest and everything.
So you're telling me now that you can't do anything? Is that what you're doing?
I'm telling you that I have done what I have done, and I have contacted the CBE, and they are going to try to take and bring some pressure to bear. I have traveled out there, looked at it myself. I will have to admit, Mr. Pointer, that the day that I was there, it was the middle of the day, and there was no activity going on. It was the middle of the week. There was no activity going on that road whatsoever. Wicker Lane was quiet as a mouse that day. Your neighbor down the street, there wasn't any field going on there, and there wasn't any field going on over on Highway 1526, Brooks Hill Road that day. Now, I don't know what time it happens. I would suggest to you that you keep a log so that can be verified, because if you wind up taking a criminal complaint for the violation of that nuisance ordinance, that you're going to have to take and have the log of when it happens. But as far as something being done, I think the court just advised that they would consider looking at an ordinance which would be trying to do something. But, you know, I don't know of anything else to do other than to look at trying to see if any of these trucks that are coming up there are in violation of the law.
Well, I would think they'd be in violation of the law I just read you here.
I would disagree with you, sir.
Disagree with you.
Yes, sir.
So what is my next step?
You can go to the county attorney's office and take a criminal complaint if you choose to, and see if you've got the proof to prove it, or you can take and check back with your magistrate and see how that ordinance that they're talking about coming up with may help. You can take and keep track of when this is occurring, as opposed to just generalities, right, specific times that you're hearing it, so that you can take and put a case together as to the unreasonableness of the sound. That's all I know today.
Is that required to get an attorney?
No, sir.
You go to the county attorney with this information, right?
You can.
John, would you look into that and everything for us?
I'll look at it as far as the ordinance and the nuisance ordinance. You'll pull it up and see if it can be possibly amended. What we're going to have to watch closely is whether or not you can start controlling people's work hours and work days. They're building these buildings out at night. For the most part, they pour most of the concrete at night and work at night. And we can limit it somewhat, but it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be within a confined type of ordinance that will not step on people's rights to earth living.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Mr. Pointer.
Thank you, sir.
Deb Reisner.
Good morning, thank you, Judge. Just want to give you guys an update on what's going on in the PDA office. I don't have a written report to distribute to everyone, but Judge, I'll email you a written report after this presentation, okay? We're in the process of inspecting and reviewing our Quad 2, which is the north end of the county, for reassessment. We just completed Quad 1, as you know, earlier this year. We're in Quad 2 now. I'm in the process of notifying all the city council with a personal visit and letting them know that we're going to see our inspection team in their areas and to expect that. Our field reps are out today, just so you know, this is really positive news. They expect to inspect and bring back for assessment about $7 million today in commercial development. That's very positive. A lot of that going on in our county. I can't tell you since the last time I've spoken to you, we've had no less than 7 technology successes in our office. We've digitized forms. We've eliminated use of the fax machine in lieu of emailing now. We're automating our report batch processes that are saving a significant amount of time in our office. And we're slowly becoming more and more efficient and more productive through the technology. We're going to be place a big focus on commercial development this year. We've invested into a commercial estimator software that's going to allow us to do that. It's needed. I can tell you in the course of inspecting some commercial property, reviewing it for reassessment, we've uncovered some tax exempt properties that are capitalizing on the use the right thing to do, quite frankly. There's a law for that. Quad 1 saw a hefty increase in their property values. I can tell you right now, Quad 2 is probably going to expect some increases in their property values. The sales are bearing that out. So we've already been visited by the state, and they've already given us some information on some numbers that we need to meet to obtain our certification, the ratio that we have to hit to obtain our certification for our tax roll. And so we're going to be up against it again. So I'm just putting it out there. The folks in the north end can probably expect to see some increases in their property values. Again, the development is driving this. So if you've made an investment in the real estate in Bullitt County, you made a wise investment. Right? Property values are increasing. We're going to close the office on December the 4th and December the 5th. I'm taking the staff to the annual PBA conference with me for the purpose of cross-training. This is something that we desire to do, something that we've engaged in. This is going to be an excellent opportunity for the staff to receive cross-training on many things that we do. And it's going to be a 2-day event. So there'll be numerous workshops on both days that I expect the staff to go in and out of. We'll convene at night, in the evening after the conference times and review some of that stuff. I believe when we return that Friday, it's on a Wednesday and Thursday, when we return that Friday, we're going to see some benefits to that down the road. So we'll just be closed those 2 days. I sent a notice to you, Judge, and to my peers in the county, and then we're completing all the proper forms, sent a publication, a notice to a newspaper so that folks will know. We're engaging in an office makeover. Our office is very accessible, pretty wide open. We're going to establish some points of service in the front of the office. We're going to move some of the public access computers from the back of the office out to the front. We visited a couple offices in the state, one in particular that runs very, very well, very efficient in what they do. The customer, we have great customer service in our office. We're just going to find a way to make it better. And I think what we're going to do is I've been working on a layout. We won't be coming to fiscal court and asking for any money to do any of this, but I will want to gain your permission for it. So once we complete the layout, it's a collaborative effort with the staff. I want it to work for them and help us with efficiency and control of our work and increase productivity while focusing on customer service and taxpayers that come in. When we finish the layout, what we want to do, I'll present that to you guys. Okay. I met with the sheriff. I met with your new office manager. We had a lunch meeting last Friday and talked about a few things. I think with my peers, the sheriff's office, the clerk's office, planning and zoning, we've already achieved some things, improving some processes that help us save time. Time has not been our friend in the PBA office. We've got to find a way to be more effective with it. And working with my peers, we're doing some things that are helping us to that end, save time and be more productive. And we're going to continue those conversations. So we have many opportunities to do that. And then the biggest thing is we're pushing in our office to be on the tax calendar in 2020. We haven't been on the tax calendar for quite a while. You guys are familiar with the tax calendar. I don't know if the public is, but the tax calendar defines when we are to complete certain aspects of our job responsibilities. And I'll just give you a brief example. The certification that we did this year should have been completed if we were on the tax calendar sometime in May, June at the latest. We didn't get ours completed until August. And what's the reason for that? Well, we've just got a lot of work to do. We've received a lot of permits, a lot of deeds, a lot of maps for farm stream developed due to all of the development in this community. And so as we change our processes to become more productive and more efficient, we're gonna be able to draw in on that tax counter. And I believe that if we're on the tax counter, that tells me we're getting our job done in a timely manner. And we're not forced to make decisions that we would otherwise make because we're pressed to get something done and we're making it. So our biggest goal, we've got kind of a mini promotion going on in the office, is to be on the tax counter in 2020. It's going to be a challenge, but I continue to encourage the office that we can do it. That is something that needs to be done. So that's what we're striving for. That's our biggest goal. That's about all that I have. Anybody have any questions for me? Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Comments? Mr. Mitchell?
Well, it's not this week, next week's Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody has a family get together, everything's good, wonderful. Enjoy the holidays. Thank you.
Sean?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Mr. Grayhill?
Nope, thank you guys so much for being here and looking at our new TVs.
But it's and I want to thank all of y'all and have a great holiday weekend, but also with the state-of-the-art communications that we do have, it will, we have a plug-in box for the media. You're going to be able to see us live on YouTube or Facebook, and we're working with Spectrum for 24 hours a day, and all presentations can be presented up here. We'll have a little bit more detail. We're working out the bugs for this. But we'll have more detail. You'll see summaries of the treasurers and the bill approvals as well. So welcome to your fiscal court. And have a great holiday weekend. We will see you December the 6:30, December. Yeah. So, and again, welcome, Rhonda. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you.
Need a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion to adjourn by Magistrate Grayhill, a second by both Magistrates Logston and Mitchell. Andy, call roll.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Magistrate Mitchell?
Yes.
Magistrate Logston?
Yes.
Magistrate Grayhill?
Yes.
Thank you all. Being here today, there's a new, what I'm going to call an accelerated first step opportunity, and if anybody wants to stick around for the presentation, I'm so pleased to sit here along with the school. It's all related to safety and emergency management in our community. Thank you all.